The next stretch of either 7 or 12 games will define the Mavs season. The 7 games is right before the trade deadline. And if the Mavs are awful in those next 7 games, I think the Mavs look at themselves in the mirror. Patrick Dumont looks at it and says, all right, well, I'm going to let Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley go ahead, sell off some of these pieces. I get it. I see the plan. I see the purpose for being a seller at the trade deadline. If they're good in those games, and the Mavs are getting edging closer to 500, maybe actually in the play-in, because they're only 2 games back from the 10th seed. The Mavs are in the 10th seed. Clippers somehow fall out. Blazers maybe fall out. Something happens to those 2 teams. Grizzlies fall off, the trade Ja or whatever. The Mavs slip up into that conversation. Then all of a sudden, you go, all right. And that's a lot. It's 2 games over the course of the next 7. That's possible between the Mavs and the Clippers. But 4 games between the Mavs and the Blazers over the next 7 is very tough. So the Mavs would probably have to just get to 10th. If that does happen, then all of a sudden they could talk themselves into this. Well, listen, 4 games from now is the All-Star break. So we've only got 4 more games. Then Kyrie is set to come back mid-February. AD, 6 weeks from his injury, when the Mavs press release said that he will be healed in 6 weeks, which I think is hilarious. That he'll be healed in 6 weeks. That 6 weeks is February 19th. So literally trade deadline. So after the All-Star break, both those guys come back. The Mavs go on a run. They move up in the play. Like, this is the stuff they could be talking themselves into if the Mavs are good in these next 7 games, which is why I look at them and say, these 7 games will define the season, because you won't trade anybody at the trade deadline. You talk yourself into Kyrie and AD coming back after the All-Star break. And then all of a sudden you're like, all right, now we're going back to being a win now team. Let's see what it looks like with Flagg, Kyrie, AD,